You saw on film, that was all real. There wasn't any spray or anything like that. It was all real. The heat was something to deal with. Also, being in the swamp was pretty intense. I had a lot of scenes with Matthew and Nicole out just in the middle of the swamp. You couldn't sit anywhere. You couldn't touch anything. It was prickly and mosquitoes. It was wild. I mean, that was difficult. The rest was all challenging, but very fun. I think very fun.
Lee, David, anything to add? Difficulties on the shoot?
The most difficult was the sex scenes for me, because I'm so protective of the actors, you know, and they're bearing their souls to me, and it's very personal and very private and very awkward, and you know, I'm looking away, but I'm yelling action, so yeah, that's mine. You?
Well, for me, you know, one of the things that you have to accept when you work with Lee is that you are going to have to, with every single take, pursue the truth. Because he will not move on until he believes it. And you know, that means that every single day you are so desirous to lend yourself to him as a tool for telling the story, and to be available and accessible and open and vulnerable. And you know, that's terrifying, because you telling the truth in this kind of a film is terrifying, because it's exposing, you know, you start with these characters thinking they're a certain way, and they just go in a completely different direction, and you know, making sure that was always the case was tricky. Okay, is there a question over there? Did I see a hand? No, yes, right there. Go ahead, gentlemen.
Mr. Daniels, what is it that drew you to this story specifically?
The characters. The characters. I love characters that I understand, that are that we don't see very often. You know, some people are horrified of the story, and some people are in love with it. These people, I relate to these people. I understand these people, and we don't see them. You know, we continue to see them. What, baby? So you Zach. Zach, she loves you. Just similarly to Precious, it's the same thing with flawed people, flawed characters, and fragile souls.
There's a question right here.
Yeah, with that type of emotional story, does it take you a long time to get into character, and what sort of things you kind of do to get in that?
Question for the actors: does it take a long time to get into character in a story that's this emotional?
Exactly.
We had a lot of help, but you know, there was some preparation. There was a little bit of an accent, and getting to know the era was important for us. We wanted to make sure that we stayed true to 1969. I get to be sort of the eyes and ears of the story, you know. So I was should have every day ready to watch and to listen and to learn. So that was yeah.
Okay. We can go for another question now. Yes, right here. Go ahead.
It was a fabulous film, really, really suspenseful. Congratulations to all of you. But Zach, I want to know, were you actually really swimming in the swamp?
Question for Zach: were you really swimming in the swamp?
We did get in the swamp, yeah. Everything you saw in the swamp was real. It was. I think there's an alligator in there. Is there an alligator? Yeah, that was all we actually shot that. And everyone's like, jump in. Yeah, but yeah, it was all real. It was fun.
Let's go back up to the balcony. Yes, right.